Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening, Amina. How are you?
Fine, how are you, dear?
I am also doing good. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
we have any special day today?
Yeah, today is very special for us.
Oh, I am very excited. What is that?
Yeah, we have a special guest with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
Rudra,
heard something.
actually,
Yes, tell
actually,
me.
Rudra, do you have your face? So why you are looking very dull and all? What happened? Do you have any problem, issues?
Oh, this nowadays we all are working, and you know how much we are having this stress and strain in our office, wherever we are going. So many pressure after coming. You know how we need to do all works. If we are not doing, how much they will make. That one same thing I
Yeah.
am having now. I am facing so many problems due to this stress and strain.
Okay, then I have a surprise for you today.
Oh, really? What is that?
The solution, yeah. I have a solution for you.
Oh, really? I need that one actually. I am the correct person to have that one.
Yeah, me also the same. No, don't worry. Yeah, we all having stressful life day by day because of this scenario. We
Yeah,
all are at home and we are struggling many things in day-to-day
yes,
life, right?
that's true. That's
So
true.
today we have our special guest, that is Rudra.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, Amina.
yes.
That's why
Yes.
actually we have first we have one guest, so they will introduce what we'll have first. Okay, so I will call upon first. Yes, ma'am.
We have a welcome. Then only
Welcome.
she can enter.
Yes,
Okay? We
that's
have a warm welcome for you.
our
That
Mamta
is
ma'am.
our
Mamta ma'am
Mamta
will
ma'am.
welcome.
Mamta
Yeah.
ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all. I am pleased to be able to welcome all of you. First of all, I welcome our chief guest, Mrs. Rohini Chowdhury, who is a personality development coach, an emotional intelligence trainer, and speaker. Welcome, Rohini ma'am. Then I welcome our respected Girija ma'am, who is faculty and circle coordinator. And also our respected Rahima ma'am, who is our 31st batch most loving faculty. Welcome Girija ma'am and Rahima ma'am. Last but not the least,
Thank you, ma'am.
I welcome all participants who are present here and who have made our occasion very special. Thank you all, ma'am.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Mamta ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So next we have our presidential address. Girija ma'am, respectfully, I am welcoming you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and good afternoon, everyone, and have a great afternoon to everyone. So relax your mind, means live peacefully. Don't need to take more tensions and all. If there is problem, the solutions also will be there. So we have to find it. Okay, so if we are not ready to find it, we'll be always in problems. If we are ready to find the solutions, we will be free and cool and keep the smiling always on your face. You'll be okay everywhere. Is it everyone facing the job stresses and all there, and exam stress will be there. Different. Sometimes many problems coming time you will come. That means don't need to come down. You cool and relax your mind. Many techniques are there to get the relaxation. You can do yoga, meditation, or simply counting also. Simply counting the numbers or alphabets, the ulta counting, everything is very easy tips to control your emotions, your tensions and worries, and which is your favorite things, means which your favorite activities or hobbies. You go with that when you're feeling tensed. So if you like the music, you go with music. You'll be relaxed. Okay. So here we have our Rohini ma'am here. She will. I hope she will share many things for you. So always keep smiling. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Girija, ma'am.
So next is Rugra.
Yes.
Next is the time for entering the heroine. Yes.
Yes.
Rohini, ma'am. You can start, ma'am.
Yes. Welcome, Rohina, ma'am, to the session.
Okay, thank you so much for such a warm welcome, first of all, and glad to see such a lovely and smiling ladies here. And of course, I'm here, the coach or the trainer today, but I'm sure there is a lot to learn from each and every one of you. So my simple question to all of you, how many of you want a stress-free life? Just raise your hands.
Of
Yes,
course,
ma'am.
everyone.
Of course, ma'am.
Everyone, ma'am.
Okay, then let me disappoint you. Nobody
Oh.
of us can have a stress-free life because stress is an integral part of our life. And it is stress actually that keeps us moving, that keeps us performing in our life. So stress is going to be always there. What we want to learn is how to manage the stress and how to get relief from the stress. So I welcome all of you once again to this our today's session, stress management and relief. My name is Rohini Chaudhary. I'm a personal development coach and I help students and professionals to become successful and happy in their life. I'm also a project manager in a top IT industry since last 16 years and training my team, mentoring my team, coaching my team members to get the performance out of them is one of the integral part of my work. And that is where I developed this interest in coaching and mentoring part, and I got myself educated, certified in coaching. So let's not waste the time and start our stress management and relief session.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So let us first understand what is the stress. क्योंकि ना I hope everybody understands Hindi also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हम लोग ना हमेशा जब स्ट्रेस के बारे में बात करते हैं, we usually feel that it is very bad for us. Or before even going to what is good, what is bad, what are the techniques to get relief from the stress, let us first understand कि stress होता क्या है, what is actually the stress. So basically stress is any change that causes physical, emotional or psychological strain. मतलब whether it is physical, हमारे body के किसी part पे अगर if we are feeling some pressure, if we are feeling some strain, then we feel the physical stress. अगर हमें चलने की आदत नहीं है, if we are not used to walk, and suddenly if we walk for an hour, suddenly if we run on a single day for an hour, तो अपना legs pain करने लगेगा, muscles would start paining, and that is nothing but a physical strain, of physical stress. Then there are emotional strain also. Most of the times situations हमारे control के बाहर जा रही है ऐसा हमें लगता है. We are not able to cope up with the additional expectations from our side. ऐसा हमें लगना शुरू होता है. And that is a kind of a emotional pressure that we start developing, we start feeling, and that is emotional stress, emotional strain. Physical stress is very easy to deal with. But the most important and the most difficult part to deal with is emotional stress and the emotional strain. So most of our time in this webinar, we will talk mostly on the emotional stress part and emotional strain part. Again, stress is nothing but our body's response to take our attention something it needs to. For example, कोई ऐसा situation है, there is something happening wrong, there is something happening not correctly, then it is the stress that takes our attention to that part. अगर suppose मेरा body बहुत pain कर रहा है और अगर वो pain नहीं है, वो strain, वो pressure मेरी body पे नहीं है, then I will never come to know that there is something wrong happening in my body. And that's why stress is really very much required to take our attention to that thing which really needs our focus, which needs our attention. And believe me, each one of us is experiencing some degree of stress. It is not going to happen a person saying कि मुझे कोई stress ही नहीं है, I have zero stress. It is not going to happen. Wherever there is a life, there is some amount of stress. Okay, so we will not say that we want a stress-free life, but we will now say that, okay, stress aata hai, aane do. Let me myself make ready to deal with that stress. Let me make myself ready to manage with that stress and get relief from the stress which is bothering me. Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
how many of you think that the stress is always bad?
Yes, ma'am. The word itself is making a bad impact because from the beginning itself we
Yes.
are hearing stress, stress.
So
Okay.
if we'll go for doctor also, if I had any problem like a digestion problem, okay, if I'm saying I have a digestion problem, sir, so they are saying for stress you are taking more stress, that's why you are getting this one. So we all are having bad impact. If stress is means it's not good at all.
Okay. Okay. So let us again understand this thing. We always use the word stress for the bad stress, but stress is not that bad as well. So here is the diagram which tells you where on the x-axis we are showing the amount or the level of the stress, and on the y-axis we have the performance levels. Say for example, there is some person and he has no stress at all in his life or in her life. Then what will happen? First case, there is no stress, ये situation हो ही नहीं सकता है. Okay. Second thing, if there is very less stress, then there will be वो बंदा खाएगा, पिएगा, सोएगा. How much days that person will enjoy that kind of life? बस खाना है, पीना है, किसी चीज का टेंशन नहीं है, कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं है, सोना है, मौज मस्ती करना है. You can enjoy this kind of life for 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, or a month. Uske baad you will start feeling bored. You will start feeling stuck. You will start feeling there is no meaning to your life. What are you doing? You are wasting your life. Okay. So stress is also important, or stress is also required if you want to move on, if you want to survive in your life. Okay. I usually tell my participants that our life is like a cycle. Cycle jo hai na, it either goes in front or it goes in back. तो हम लोग एक ही जगह पे without any stress, एक ही जगह पे we cannot stay. If we are not moving forward, we are definitely moving backward. And even in no stress situation also, people may go into depression. And that's why an adequate or a certain level of stress is required in our life so that we can deal with that stress, so that we can move on in our life, and so that we can perform. So here we say that this is the zone. This is the zone when there is very less amount of stress or no stress, where you will have no activity. You are just sleeping. Your life has become boring. But as soon as your stress increases little bit, थोड़ा सा भी प्रेशर आता है, थोड़ा सा भी स्ट्रेस आता है, you start performing. आपका creativity bloom होना शुरू हो जाता है. You take initiatives. You become proactive. You want to showcase your talent. You want to showcase what is good in you. You want to go and help others. ये जो level का stress है, that is your optimal level of stress. That is the positive stress. जहाँ पे आपके अंदर की creativity बाहर आती है, जहाँ पे आप proactive बनते हो. You take actions wherever required. And that is the amount of stress all of us need in our life to move on, to go ahead, to go to next level. And then comes the bad stress or the excessive amount of stress. Okay. Excessive amount of stress मतलब जहाँ पे आपका जो emotional disturbances शुरू हो जाता है, जो negative emotions है, जैसे anxiety रहा, then you feel like situation is going out of my control. You feel burned out. You feel depressed. All these emotional disturbances start coming in picture, and slowly, gradually, your performance starts degrading. Your performance starts decreasing, and that is nothing but a negative stress. So there are two types of stress. We have some good stress, and then we have a bad stress. So whenever we usually talk about stress, it is the bad stress that we are talking about. Okay. Now, before going on to bad stress, let us first understand good stress, because it is really very much required for us. So what is good stress? So good stress is also called as eustress. And ये वो feeling है ना, जहाँ पे हम excited feel करते हैं. हमारे हार्ट बीट इंक्रीज हो जाती है, हमारे पल्स क्विक हो जाते हैं. There is a certain hormone that starts surging in our body, that starts releasing in our body. But kahin pe bhi na, whenever we are excited, there is no feeling of threat or there is no feeling of fear. Then that is a good stress. And good stress is always for a short amount of time. जैसे कि कोई हम लोगों को अगर कोई रोलर कोस्टर का राइड लेना है या फिर हमें किसी गेम के कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करना है, then that time also we have some stress, right? लेकिन वो टाइम का जो स्ट्रेस है that is only for a short period. मतलब रोलर कोस्टर राइड में जैसे ही बैठते हैं, इनिशियल सेकेंड्स तक अपने को वो पेट में गोला आ जाता है and then our heartbeat starts increasing, but still we are excited for that ride. और वो जो स्ट्रेस है वो थोड़े टाइम के लिए रहता है, फॉर फ्यू सेकेंड्स वो रहता है, then that is a good stress. Even when we are playing any game or we have participated in any competition, so at that time also there is a stress. Our entire attention is only on the playing. We are not thinking अरे यार हार गए तो क्या होगा, किसी को मुंह दिखाने के काबिल नहीं रहेंगे and all that stuff. We are only focusing on playing that game. Okay, what will happen after the game, or whether we are losing or whether we are winning, that is the things to handle afterwards. But at that point of time, you are focusing only on your game. Okay, and when you start playing the game again, for the initial few minutes you may feel that pressure, you may feel that stress, लेकिन एक बार थोड़ा टाइम चला जाता है, you are already completely into that game and you forget about all the stress and then you start enjoying that game. Same with the roller coaster ride, you start enjoying that roller coaster ride. तो ये जो टाइप का जो स्ट्रेस है, जो शॉर्ट टर्म स्ट्रेस है, that is actually good for us. It actually focuses our energy and it actually enhances our performance. स्ट्रेस इज डिजाइन, ये जो गुड स्ट्रेस है वो डिजाइन ही इसलिए होता है कि whenever we respond to any stress or whenever we are reacting to any stressful situation, it is actually helping us only. For example, अभी जैसे कि हम लोग एग्जाम्स है, ओके, अगर पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, एग्जाम्स ही नहीं है, बिलीव मी हम लोगों में से ना 50% लोग भी पढ़ाई नहीं करते इफ देयर इज नो एग्जाम्स ना. मुझे सीखना है, एक्सपर्ट बनना है, इसलिए मैं पढ़ाई करती हूँ, ये ना सारे फेक आंसर्स हैं. देयर इज एग्जाम्स एंड दैट्स द रीजन वी स्टडी. ओके, तो वो एग्जाम जो स्ट्रेसर बनाया है ना, वो इसीलिए बनाया है कि आप पढ़ाई करो, इसलिए वो स्ट्रेसर बनाया. अगर वो नहीं है, आप पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे, आपका परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूव नहीं होगा, आप अपनी एनर्जी फोकस कैसे करते हैं वो कभी सीखोगे ही नहीं. तो बेसिकली स्ट्रेस वाली सिचुएशन को, स्ट्रेस वाले किसी भी इंसिडेंट को हम लोग जब फेस करते हैं, इट इज एक्चुअली हेल्पिंग अस ओनली टू डील विद दैट सिचुएशन. इट इज हेल्पिंग us only to learn from that situation. In fact, there is a research that has also proved that जब भी हम लोग stressful situation में रहते हैं, we become more alert and we actually become our performance increases and it also boosts our memory. क्योंकि हम लोग जब स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन में रहते हैं, सपोज एग्जाम की पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, जिसको ज्यादा स्ट्रेस है एग्जाम का वो ज्यादा पढ़ाई करेगा, वो ज्यादा फोकस लाएगा, वो ज्यादा एनर्जी ले आएगा, राइट, वो ज्यादा अलर्ट बनेगा. And whenever we are reacting in a stressful situation, our subconscious mind becomes more powerful and it notes and it takes point of each and every minute details happening around. If you want, maybe you can take a note or you can recollect of any situation that you have recently handled in a stressful environment, in a stressful incident, and just try to recollect what has happened. You will recollect each and everything, who were, which colors, which person has wore at that time, who said what are the exact words used by some person, then what is happening around. Because your subconscious mind is so alert and is so powerful in that stressful situation that it is taking a note of each and every minute details. And that's how it also boosts and alerts and makes your memory also powerful. So that is all about the good stress. So that is what I say, that stress is not bad. Stress is good. It actually helps you to become more competitive, to become more performer, and to become more alert. and that's why it is good for us. Now, when the situation goes bad, okay, so that is what the bad stress is all about. So now onwards, we will focus mostly on the bad stress. So in these days ना हम लोग जो भी जब भी stress के बारे में बात करते हैं, हम लोग usually bad stress के बारे में बात करते हैं. Okay, तो किसी ने stress word भी use कर लिया तो वो word से कभी कभी stress आ जाता है. अरे बाबा वो stress में है, अब क्या करेंगे and all. तो bad stress is called as distress, उसको distress बोला जाता है. और अगर bad stress को हम लोग ने time पे control नहीं किया, there are various mental and physical problems we may go through. There are various problems like anxiety, depression that can happen if we don't take care of bad stress in time. Bad stress, it can be short term or it can be a long term. Good stress is always short term. आपने गेम खेलना शुरू किया, initial few minutes तक वो stress रहेगा, उसके बाद चला जाएगा, you will start enjoying that activity. But bad stress is usually a long term. It can be short term, it can be long term. But if it is a long term, it will take a toll on your physical health, or your mental health, your emotional health, your relationships, your career, your studies, and everything. And that's the reason it becomes very important to control or to aware कि आप bad stress वाले zone में जा रहे हो और वहीं पे उसको control करना, वहीं पे उसको manage करना आपको आना चाहिए. Okay? And that's why whenever we are talking about bad stress, we should also learn what is bad stress, when we are going into bad stress, and how to prevent ourselves to go into that zone of bad stress or de-stress. Bad stress तभी होता है जब आपको लगता है कि आपको जो भी काम करना है, that is going out of your capabilities. It is not in your control. Situation आपके control के बाहर है. Then it becomes your bad stress. For example, जब COVID शुरू हुआ था, at that time we were not used to do all the household stuff and then our official work. We were used to give most of our work to our mates. लेकिन जब mates आना भी बंद हो गए and सब कुछ अपने ऊपर आ गया, initial few days we were in that stress because we were not, first of all, we were not used to that situation. Second thing, we used to think that this kind of situation is outside my capability. It's outside my control. And that's the reason we were feeling that stress. But still, most of us came easily out of that situation. Situation बदला नहीं था. फिर भी कुछ लोग 1 महीने के अंदर उससे बाहर आए, कुछ लोग 2 महीने के अंदर आए, कुछ लोग अभी तक नहीं आए. Okay, so it is your capability that actually makes you to feel or makes you to deal with that situation. Okay, so that is how. So whenever you think that the situation is not in your control, you are not able to cope up with those situations, then you start feeling that stress. And if it remains for a long term, it will take a toll on your mental health or your physical health. जैसे कि good stress में we feel excited, we feel happy, we enjoy after a certain period of time. But here in bad stress, there is a continuous feeling of unpleasantness. It actually starts decreasing your performance because rather more than focusing on the situation, more than focusing on the action, now in your emotionally, you are thinking about negative emotions. You are thinking, what if the situation go wrong? What if I'm not able to cope up with this situation, with this incident? And that is how your performance starts decreasing, degrading. So this is about our bad stress. Okay, so this is what all about stress: good stress, bad stress. Now let us understand कि अभी चलो पता चल गया कि हाँ स्ट्रेस गुड भी हो सकता है, बैड भी हो सकता है, लेकिन उसके आगे क्या, मतलब है अभी बैड स्ट्रेस में अपने को जाना ही नहीं है. हम लोग ना बैड स्ट्रेस में कभी भी एक दिन में नहीं जाते हैं. वी गो इनटू बैड स्ट्रेस ग्रेजुअली. थोड़ा बहुत प्रेशर रहता है, थोड़ा बहुत स्ट्रेस रहता है, हम लोग वो डील करना सीखते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं. बट कभी कभी हम लोग ऐसा हो जाता है कि वी टेंड टू इग्नोर सर्टेन इमोशंस, वी टेंड टू इग्नोर सर्टेन थिंग्स हैपनिंग इन अवर बॉडी, और वो धीरे 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 वी स्टार्ट मूविंग इनटू बैड स्ट्रेस. The same thing happened with me also in pandemic, and I'm okay to share here that thing. जैसे पैंडेमिक शुरू हुआ ना, उसके जस्ट पहले मेरा रोल प्रोग्रेशन हुआ था. Previously, I was managing a team of 50 team members, and then मेरा progression हो गया, and I was managing the team of 150 people. अभी हुआ क्या, मार्च में अपना लॉकडाउन, मार्च अप्रैल में अपना लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ, उसके जस्ट कुछ दिन पहले ही मेरा रोल प्रोग्रेशन हुआ था. लेकिन जैसे ही मैं वो सिचुएशन में गई, लॉकडाउन शुरू हो गया, देयर इज ऑल टुगेदर अ न्यू टीम कमिंग अप, एंड आई वाज डीलिंग विद सो मेनी थिंग्स, एंड आई आल्सो डिडंट इवन रियलाइज दैट विद इन फ्यू डेज आई वेंट इनटू बैड स्ट्रेस. इनिशियल जो फेज था, आई वाज एंजॉयिंग इट कि अरे वाह, मेरा प्रमोशन हो गया है, नाउ आई एम मैनेजिंग दिस मच बिग टीम, एंड आई वाज इन दैट गुड जोन, इम्प्रूवमेंट वाला जोन, परफॉर्मर वाला जोन. बट धीरे 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 मैं कैसे बैड वाले स्ट्रेस में चली गई, इवन आई कुडंट कम टू नो दैट. ओके, तो दिस इज हाउ इट हैपेंस. वो धीरे धीरे हम लोग जाते हैं, एंड जब हमें पता चलता है कि वी आर ऑलरेडी इनटू बैड स्ट्रेस, वो डिप्रेशन आना शुरू होने लगा है, फ्रस्ट्रेशन आना शुरू होने लगा है, इट इज टेकिंग अ टोल ऑन योर रिलेशनशिप्स. आप इरिटेट हो रहे हो, चिड़चिड़ कर रहे हो, फैमिली के साथ, बच्चों के साथ, पति के साथ, बस बहाने ढूंढ रहे हो झगड़े करने के. I was lucky enough to, realize that something is not going good or something is not going right with my emotions at the right time. I handled that situation with the help of my friends, with the help of my family, with the help of my mentors. I was lucky enough, but not everyone is lucky enough. So we don't go into bad stress on a single day or suddenly. It happens gradually. तो वो पता होना जरूरी है कि हम लोग वो बैड जोन में जा रहे हैं या हम लोग वो बैड स्ट्रेस में एंटर कर रहे हैं. तो देयर आर सम टेक्निक्स जो हमको ना बैड जोन में जाने से पहले ही हमें अवेयर कर देंगे कि वी आर गोइंग इनटू दैट जोन. ओके, द फर्स्ट, ओके, हम लोग सीधा टेक्निक पे चले गए, आई एम सॉरी अबाउट इट. सोर्सेस ऑफ, पहले तो बैड स्ट्रेस के सोर्सेस अलग अलग हैं, अलग अलग जगह से हमें सोर्सेस आ सकते हैं. जैसे कि अगर हम लोग वर्क और एम्प्लॉयमेंट के बारे में बात करें, तो अगर हम जो जॉब कर रहे हैं वहां से अगर एक्सेसिव डिमांड्स आ गई, वी गो इनटू स्ट्रेस. जैसे कि मेरा सिचुएशन मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया, I went into, I took that role, but there were excessive job demands from me. Again, it was a new role for me. Then there was excessive job demands like movement of laptops, desktops, then taking care of so many team members, whether they are working properly from home or not. There is excessive job demands that happen. Then there is a job insecurity. In the COVID situation, luckily, most of us are safe. Most of us could save our job, but there were a lot of people who couldn't save their job. There was a job insecurity. मतलब COVID situation एक तरफ, but job insecurity अलग एक तरफ. So there are a lot of people, even before the COVID situation also, there are certain organizations जहाँ पे वो employees के ऊपर हमेशा job insecurity रहती है, and that is one of the major cause or major source of their bad stress or their distress. Conflicts within teammates and supervisors. Relationships manage karna is a very big thing or is a very difficult situation. Each person is different. Each person has different opinions, and at times it really becomes very tough to deal with your own teammates, to your supervisors, and get the work done. In fact, we have seen this situation happening in our own house also. It becomes very tough to work with today's generation who are teenagers, with our kids, to work with our in-laws, our parents, and to our soulmates, so-called our husbands also. And there are so many conflicts going on, and this also creates a stress on us. So at least let us understand what are the sources of our de-stress or our bad stress, so that we can take a good control of it. Then there are inadequate authority necessary to carry out the task. बहुत सारी चीजें जो मुझे करनी है एज अ मैनेजर, मुझे करनी है वो चीजें, या आपको एज अ टीचर करनी है बच्चों के लिए, बट हर टाइम आपके पास वो कंप्लीट अथॉरिटी नहीं रहती, एंड देन इट कॉजेस अ स्ट्रेस ऑन मी, क्योंकि मुझे ये करना है, इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ माय जॉब, इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ माय ड्यूटी, बट देयर आर सर्टन अथॉरिटी रिक्वायर्ड व्हिच इज नॉट इन माय कंट्रोल, जो मेरे पास है ही नहीं. फॉर एग्जांपल, in my scenario, मेरी जो टीम है उसमें काफी सारे रेजिग्नेशंस आ रहे हैं, और मुझे अगर उनको दूसरे टीम मेंबर से रिप्लेस करना है, तो I will have to have that authority कि मैं जाऊं रिक्रूटमेंट करूं और लोगों को लेके आऊं, but I don't have that authority. I have to depend on some other function. I have to depend on some other HRs so that they will provide me and then I will do my task. तो मेरे पास वो authority नहीं है. अगर hire भी करना है दूसरी कंपनी से तो भी वो authority मेरे पास नहीं है. So you feel helpless in such situations. So not only in just work situations, in other situations also, you feel helpless. And then that creates a stress in you, that you want to do things, but you are helpless. You don't have the authority to carry out your task. Then there are most of the people who have this fear of public speaking. And whenever they want to make any presentation or they want to put their opinion in front of others, in front of strangers, or in front of their team or their supervisors, their clients, they feel that stress in their body. Then there are a lot of meetings that are actually unproductive. And it actually creates nothing out of it. And it just takes a toll of your time management, and that's it. It also is one of the major source of your stress. Commuting and travel schedules. This is also one of the major cause of stress. A lot of people travel long distances. Okay, even in my case, when there was, we used to go to office, I had to travel one way for 2 hours and then again coming back to us. So almost 3 to 4 hours used to go in the traveling itself. And again, that travel was also not that good. Every day or the other, someone is fighting, someone is, giving some, throwing some garbage, throwing some bad words to you, and you are coming with all that garbage and all that negativity at your home. So commuting and travel schedule, that also create a stress on your body, on your emotions. Now, not only just these external factors causes the stress, but there are various internal and behavior factors as well that causes the stress in us. What are the different internal events? Fears. अभी fear हर किसी में नहीं होता, लेकिन किसी में fear of height रहता है, किसी में fear of public speaking रहता है, किसी में fear of chatting with strangers रहता है. तो there are various kind of fears that we have. जो हमारे थॉट्स है, हमारा जो माइंडसेट है, इंटरनली हम लोग जैसे ग्रो अप हुए हैं, उसकी वजह से जो अलग अलग फियर्स है, दैट ऑल्सो कॉजेज द स्ट्रेस. जैसे कि आई यूज्ड टू बी लाइक दैट बिफोर. आई यूज्ड टू बी वेरी मच फियरफुल टॉकिंग टू स्ट्रेंजर्स. तो जब भी मुझे कहीं ऐसी सिचुएशन में जाना है, किसी ऐसी पार्टी में जाना है या ऐसी सोशल गैदरिंग में जाना है जहाँ पे मैं किसी को जानती नहीं हूँ, पहली बात तो आई यूज्ड टू अवॉइड टू गो एट सच प्लेसेस, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक. बट देन व्हेन अगर मुझे जाना पड़ा भी, तो देयर यूज्ड टू बी लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेस इन मी कि अभी क्या करेंगे, कैसे बात करेंगे, ऐसे ही बैठे रहेंगे क्या, बैठे रहेंगे तो सोचेंगे यार ये तो बहुत रिजर्व्ड है, ऐसी ही बैठी हुई है. सो all such kind of fear, such kind of thoughts would keep coming in your mind, and that also creates that unwanted stress or that bad stress in you. Repetitive thought patterns. कई बार ऐसे होता है कि हमारे साथ एक सिचुएशन होती है और हम लोग वो पकड़ के चलते कि अभी तो हमारे साथ ऐसा ही होगा, एंड वो रिपीटेटिव हम लोग वही सोचते रहते हैं, अरे यार ऐसा हुआ तो लास्ट टाइम दिस हैज हैपेंड विथ मी, व्हाट इफ सिमिलर सिचुएशन हैपेंस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं एक बार ऑटो से आ रही थी एंड वो ऑटो ना बीच में बंद पड़ गई. इट वॉज अ हाईवे, नाइट टाइम, एंड आई वॉज वेरी स्ट्रेसफुल कि अभी ये ऑटो वाला है, मुझे भी पता नहीं है इसके बाद ऑटो मिलेगी भी नहीं मिलेगी. लकीली दैट ऑटो वाला वाज गुड, उसने दूसरा ऑटो देख के भी दिया. आई केम होम सेफ. बट उसके बाद जब भी रात में ऑटो में बैठना है, दैट रिपीटेटिव थॉट्स कीप ऑन कमिंग है, and that creates that unnecessary stress inside me कि अरे यार ऑटो में जा रही हूँ, वापस बंद पड़ गया तो, उस टाइम ऑटो वाला अच्छा था, इस टाइम अच्छा नहीं होगा तो. and these kind of patterns, repetitive patterns also create stress in us. worrying about future events. कई लोगों के बारे में ऐसा होता है, ब्लड टेस्ट के लिए दे दिया है, ब्लड टेस्ट का रिपोर्ट आने तक पाकुक चलता रहता है पेट में कि क्या रिजल्ट आएगा, क्या नहीं रहेगा. है ना, 90% ऑफ टाइम वो रिपोर्ट ना कुछ नहीं होता, एकदम नॉर्मल आ जाता है. बट फिर भी हमेशा वो रिपोर्ट आने से पहले वो पाकुक चलता रहता है पेट में, राइट. सिमिलरली अगर जॉब वाला सिचुएशन है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का सिचुएशन है, अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग वाला हो रहा है, तो ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन हु इज पार्ट ऑफ दैट रिस्ट्रक्चर will feel that kind of stress कि मुझे कौन सा पोजीशन मिलेगा, मेरा बॉस कौन रहेगा, मेरी टीम कौन रहेगी, उनसे मेरी जमेगी या नहीं जमेगी, what will be the situation after that, मेरा प्रमोशन उसके बाद होगा कि नहीं होगा, and all that stuff. ये जो वरिंग वाली चीजें हैं जो फ्यूचर में कभी होती भी है या नहीं भी होती है, बट बस उसके बारे में वरी करना, it has become the habit, it has become that fearful mindset, और उसकी वजह से वो स्ट्रेस अपना बढ़ना शुरू होता है. और कई बार ना एक्सटर्नल इवेंट से भी ज्यादा ये है ना, इसका स्ट्रेस बहुत ज्यादा होता है, क्योंकि बाहर की चीजें हैं आप एक बार बोल के छोड़ सकते हैं, मेरा बॉस ही खराब है क्या कर सकते हैं, बट जो इंटरनल चीजें हैं ना, जिससे वरी करते हैं, जिससे फियरफुल रहता है, रिपीटेटिव थॉट्स रहते हैं, these things matter a lot and these are still in our control. Then there is a unrealistic and perfectionist expectation. सिर्फ खुद से नहीं, दूसरों से भी एक्सपेक्टेशन रखना है. आई एम परफेक्ट, मेरे से तो ये अच्छा ही होना है, आई एम अ गुड वाइफ, आई एम अ गुड मदर, तो मुझे ना इतना खाना बनाना ही चाहिए, ये सब मेरे से होना चाहिए, मैं दाल भी बनाऊंगी, रोटी भी बनाऊंगी, चावल भी बनाऊंगी, सब्जी भी बनाऊंगी, सब कुछ बनाऊंगी, मैं तो परफेक्ट मदर हूँ, आई एम द परफेक्ट वाइफ. परफेक्शनिस्ट के चक्कर में हम लोग सोचते भी नहीं कि दिस इज क्रिएटिंग स्ट्रेस ऑन अस ओनली. ठीक है ना, एक दिन दाल चावल बना लो, एक दिन रोटी सब्जी बना लो, हर दिन सब कुछ बनाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. तो ये जो परफेक्शनिस्ट वाला जो फीचर है, जो परफेक्शनिस्ट बनना है, ये अनरियलिस्टिक गोल जो खुद के लिए रखते हैं, मैं परफेक्ट मदर भी बनूंगी, मैं परफेक्ट मैनेजर भी बनूंगी, मैं परफेक्ट टीचर भी हूँ, मैं परफेक्ट मेंटर भी हूँ, परफेक्शनिस्ट वाला एक्सेप्टेशन खुद से रखना creates stress, and the same stress creates if you keep the expectation, perfectionist वाला expectation from others. यदि काम वाली भाई है तो उसने ना पूरा एक एक कॉर्नर अच्छे से क्लीन करना चाहिए. अगर उसने नहीं किया तो फिर हम लोगों का गुस्सा आना शुरू होता है, फिर उसके ऊपर डांटना शुरू करते हैं. That is all unrealistic and perfectionist expectation from others. Then there is third type of source of stress और bad stress, habitual behavior. अभी जो internal वाली चीजें हैं वो तो अपना mindset है, that is how we have grown up. But जो habitual है ना, जो habits में भी बैठ चुका है और हमें पता भी नहीं है कि वो habits की वजह से हमारा जो stress level है वो बढ़ते जा रहा है. Okay, one of the example is over scheduling. कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं, मैं तो उनमें से नहीं हूँ, बट कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं जिनका ना दिन बहुत ओवरली शेड्यूल्ड रहता है, मतलब 7 बजे ये करना है, मतलब करना है, 8 बजे तो ये होना ही चाहिए, 8:30 बजे न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना ही है, 9 बजे ऑफिस के बस में बैठना ही है. तो ये जो करना ही है, बैठना ही है, इतने बजे तक तो ये होना ही चाहिए, हर एक एक छोटी छोटी चीजों को अगर शेड्यूल करने जाते हैं तो देयर आर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स ये शेड्यूल तो कभी फॉलो होता नहीं है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स कुछ तो अनवांटेड अनएक्सपेक्टेड सिचुएशन होगी, आपका शेड्यूल खराब होगा, शेड्यूल खराब हो गया, आपको स्ट्रेस आना शुरू होता है, अरे यार ये नहीं हुआ अब क्या करेंगे, अरे यार बस तो चलेगी अब क्या करेंगे. एंड दिस पीपल दे गेट सो हैंडीकैप्ड विद देयर शेड्यूल कि वो शेड्यूल बिगड़ा तो they are also not become creative to find out the other solution for that. बस चली गई तो यार ट्रेन से जा सकते हो, ऑटो से जा सकते हो, कैब लेके जा सकते हो, they are not even thinking of other solutions, so they become handicapped to their schedule. So overscheduling is one of the major cause of your stress which falls under habitual behavior pattern. Another is failing to be assertive. काफी सारे लोग है ना वो दूसरों को डायरेक्टली चीजें नहीं बता सकते, अगर मैनेजर भी है तो भी वो अपने टीम मेंबर्स को कई बार तू ये चीज हैंडल कर ले, तू वो चीज हैंडल कर ले, ऐसा असर्टिवली नहीं बोल पाते हैं. कई लेडीज तो मैंने ऐसे भी देखी है जो अपने काम वाली बाई को भी, मेड को भी असर्टिवली नहीं बोल सकते हैं कि आज बर्तन थोड़े ज्यादा है तो तुझे आज थोड़ा ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा, ये तू कर लेना, ये चीजें नहीं होती है उनमें. दे ऑलवेज सीक परमिशंस, ये इतना कर दोगे क्या, ये तुमसे हो पाएगा क्या, ये करोगे क्या. तो ये जो चीजें ना जो जिसमें आप असर्टिव नहीं हो वो आपसे आपका कंट्रोल छीन लेते हैं. और अगर किसी को असर्टिवली बोलना है, किसी को वो टास्क डिलीगेट करना है, किसी को वो टास्क देना है, तो आप में वो कंट्रोल नहीं है, आप में वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, एंड दैट अगेन कॉजेज द स्ट्रेस इनसाइड यू. क्योंकि ऐसी काफी सारी सिचुएशंस आएगी जहाँ पे आपको काम डिलीगेट करना पड़ेगा, जहाँ पे आपको असर्टिवली बोलना पड़ेगा तू ये चीज कर ले, तुझे ये मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, तू ये कर ले। बट हम लोग ये असर्टिव नहीं हो पाते हैं, एंड देन वी टेक एवरीथिंग ऑन अस एंड वी कीप ऑन डूइंग दैट, और फिर हमारा काम कभी कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता है। we keep doing it. It happens at home also. Even in certain cases it happens in office also. They can't delegate the work, they can't tell the others to take up their work, and they keep on doing the work. Okay, another thing is procrastination and or failing to plan ahead. ये वाला जो चीज है ना, ये स्टूडेंट्स को बहुत लागू होता है, इनफैक्ट ये अडल्ट्स को भी लागू होता है। अभी जैसे कि बोर्ड एग्जाम से या कोई एग्जाम से आने वाला है, तुम जैसे ही किसी एंटर करते हो किसी स्टैंडर्ड में या किसी डिग्री में या ग्रेजुएशन के ईयर में, तुम्हें पता है एग्जाम्स होने वाला है, तुम्हें पता है तुम्हें पढ़ना है, फिर भी पूरा साल पढ़ाई नहीं करेंगे, और जब एग्जाम को 1 महीना बचा है, 15 दिन बचा है, and then you will start getting that stress about that exam, getting that stress, अरे यार पढ़ाई नहीं हुई है। Why you didn't plan beforehand? Why you always procrastinated your studies? तो ये जो है ना, ये habitual behavior है। ऑफिस में भी कई बार ये होता है, दे वांटेड टू गेट सम रिपोर्ट, वो रिपोर्ट मैनेजमेंट को दिखानी है, 1 महीना पहले पता होता है, बट फिर भी 1 महीना कुछ भी काम नहीं करेंगे। 2 महीने पहले, 2 दिन पहले याद आएगा, अरे हाँ ये रिपोर्ट मैनेजमेंट को दिखानी है, एंड देन वी स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट। और फिर कुछ डेटा एक टीम से लेना है, कुछ डेटा दूसरे टीम से लेना है, और फिर वो क्लब करना है। वो करते करते काफी सारी ऐसी सिचुएशंस भी होंगी कि वहां पे जो टूल पे आप काम कर रहे हो, जहाँ पे डेटा सिग्रीगेट कर रहे हो, अरेंज कर रहे हो, वो टूल काम करना बंद हो जाएगा, एंड इट क्रिएट्स अननेसेसरी स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशंस। दिस हैपेंस विद द स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो। आपको पता है ना कि एग्जाम तो होने ही वाली है, एग्जाम तो देनी है, तो व्हाई वी आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग बिफोर हैंड, व्हाई वी आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग अहेड ऑफ द एग्जाम्स, वेल अहेड इन द एग्जाम्स। अगर आप एग्जाम्स का पहले ही पढ़ाई शुरू कर देते हो, आपका पढ़ाई एग्जाम के 15 दिन पहले खत्म हो जाता है, उसके बाद आपको बस रिवीजन करनी रहती है, अगर ये वाली सिचुएशन है तो आपको कभी स्ट्रेस नहीं आएगा। देयर विल बी स्ट्रेस, बट दैट विल बी गुड स्ट्रेस। बट आपने प्रोकास्टिनेट किया, पोस्टपोन की चीजें, और एंड मोमेंट पे फिर इतना सारा स्टडी एक साथ करना है, फिर उसका स्ट्रेस आ गया। ओके, तो this is one of the major factor, procrastination and failing to plan ahead, one of the major factor of all the stressful situations happening in students and happening even in professionals as well. Okay, तो ये सब हम लोगों ने तो अभी फिलहाल सिर्फ स्ट्रेस के बारे में देखा है कि ये सारी चीजें होती है। अभी ना इसके साथ डील कैसे करें, इसके साथ डील करना भी एक एक्ट है। ओके, और इसके साथ डील हम लोग तब नहीं कर सकते जब हम लोग बैड स्ट्रेस में चले जाते हैं। इसके साथ डील हमको तभी करना पड़ेगा जब हमारे पास कोई बैड स्ट्रेस नहीं है, जब हमारा नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस वाला जिंदगी अच्छा खासा चल रहा है, तभी भी हमें ये प्रैक्टिस करना है। तभी जाके जब कोई अनवांटेड स्ट्रेस आएगा, जब कोई बैड वाला नेगेटिव वाला स्ट्रेस आएगा, वी विल बी इन अ पोजिशन टू डील विद दैट स्ट्रेस प्रॉपरली। So one of the most powerful technique is practice mindfulness and meditation. Why mindfulness? कई बार क्या होता है ना, स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन में जब इंसान रहता है, okay?
Ma'am, can you speak in English, ma'am? We can't follow. Most of them don't understand the
Okay.
Hindi very
Okay,
much.
okay,
Yeah.
sure, no problem. So practice mindfulness and meditation. So what happens in a stressful situation, that we think of that situation, or we think of that unwanted incident in our mind again and again. And that creates the more emotional stress, the more emotional strength in our body, in our emotions. When we practice mindfulness, we are completely into that activity. So today you think of any 2-3 activities which you enjoy a lot. It can be singing, it can be dancing, it can be drawing, painting, acting, anything. There are various mandala paintings have also come in now. So most of the people do that as well to practice the mindfulness. What happens when you practice the mindfulness? So whenever you are in a stressful situation, it is very important to take your mind away from it and think something else. When you practice mindfulness, when you do the activity which you really enjoy, where you forget everything else, that is the time your mind actually relaxes, and it gives the space for your mind, it gives space for your emotions to go to the positive zone, to go to the positive stress. So you need to understand how to move from bad stress to good stress. Whenever there is a bad stress, we are continuously thinking of it, and in that thing, whenever we are eating, we are drinking, or whenever we are doing any other activity, we are continuously thinking, that is bothering us, that is making us stressful. And that's why when we practice the mindfulness, we are actually, at least for that period of time, we are taking our mind out of that stressful situation to somewhere else. And that actually helps a lot to our mind to become relaxed. And that is what is required for that point of time. We are amazing. All of us are capable of handling anything. Okay, but we need to give that space. We need to give that chance to our mind, to our emotions, to divert at least for some time to something else, and then come back to that situation. Same is the case of meditation. All of us know that meditation helps a lot, but still we don't do it on a regular basis. Okay, it is very important to do meditation at least for 15-20 minutes on a daily basis. It gives you a different relaxation feeling. As I said earlier, bad stress doesn't happen suddenly. It moves to bad stress gradually, slowly. To understand that we are moving to that bad stress, meditation helps us to become aware that it is happening with us. Okay, so let us do a small activity today. Today I will teach you a simple breathing meditation technique which will help you to become aware of your own. If you practice this meditation for 15-20 days, you will at least become aware of your own emotions. This has helped me a lot, because most of the times, instead of dealing with that emotion, even if we come to know that I'm entering into that emotion, even if that awareness comes to us, it helps us a lot to react properly, to act properly, to respond properly in that situation. Okay, so let us practice that meditation. Just 2 rounds of it we will do. Okay, please close your eyes. And whenever I will say breathe in, you start breathing. I will give 5 counts. After 5 counts, you need to hold your breath. And again, I will give 5 counts and you will hold for 5 counts. Again, I will start the count for 5 counts. You will again release your breath and then again hold for 5 counts. Okay, I will guide you. Don't worry. So please close your eyes. Okay, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Open your eyes. This is very simple technique. Even if you can repeat it 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, very good. You can even do it for multiple times in a day. I usually do this for 2-3 times a day, and it gives me tremendous awareness what is happening in my body, what is happening with my emotions, and then accordingly respond and react in that situation. Okay, for example, I have 2 daughters. One is teenager, and there are a lot of times she reacts to me differently or unexpectedly. Whenever she reacts to me like that, I become angry. Okay, but the moment I realize, the moment I become aware that I have got angry, I control my reactions. Okay, then because in the anger, I may say something which may hurt her and which will again create some kind of memory or create some kind of unwanted memory block, we can say, which which she will keep for the entire life, because it has happened with us also. Whatever our parents has done whenever we were teenager, we were kids, even though they have said by mistake some or the other negative thing to us, we have kept those things in our mind and we behaved accordingly in our life. So whenever we are in anger or whenever we are in negative emotions, we don't react properly. We don't take action, but we react to the next person or to that situation. So meditation actually helps us to at least become aware of that situation, become aware of your emotion, become aware what's happening in your body, and then accordingly take an action on it. Okay, and that's why practicing mindfulness, practicing meditation is very important. Okay, it will help you not to even go into that bad stress for a zone. Even if you go to that bad stress zone, still you are able to manage yourself, you are able to make yourself come out of that situation easily and quickly. That is how it helps us. Next is maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. We have, again, these are the things we have all of us heard a lot of times, but we take very less attention, or we take these things very granted, our health, most of the times. We don't take care of our health unless and until we become ill, or unless and until there is something bad happens to our health. So it is very important to maintain our physical exercise, to maintain our health by doing physical exercise and good nutrition. Okay, whatever we are doing in our life, it is all the things, it is always through our body. Okay, if I say our life is a big program, then I would say that our body is nothing but an operating system of that program. If your operating system itself is not good, if your operating system is not working properly, then whatever software you install, whatever functions you install in your life, it won't function properly. Okay, so that's the reason it is very important to take care of your physical health, and becomes very important, and it is very crucial. Physical exercise and good nutrition gives your body the right energy that is required to carry out your daily activities. And if you are able to do it, then actually it energizes you. You might have observed, whenever we do any physical exercise, even for 30 minutes of walk on a daily basis, or a 30 minutes of physical exercise or a yoga on a daily basis, it gives a tremendous amount of energy for us to carry out that day. If we give a good nutrition to our body, for example, if we eat a lot of heavy food, instead of feeling energetic, if we are eating some pakoras, puris, some oily stuff, very sweet stuff, which is not actually good for our body, instead of feeling energetic, we start feeling lethargic. We don't have right amount of energy. We don't have right energy to carry out the task. And if we don't carry out our task properly, we don't carry out our task rightly, if we don't have that energy, it ultimately going to create the stress in our body. And that's the reason it becomes very important to take care of our physical health by doing physical exercise and by taking the good nutrition on a daily basis. Next is connect with others. This is very important because what happens whenever we connect, we are social animals, basically. We are people, we are human beings, and we want others to express our thoughts, whatever is going in our mind. Even though the next person doesn't have any solution, it is fine. But at least we want to express, we want to share things, what is happening with us. And that's why it becomes very important to connect with others. You can connect with your friends, your relatives, your family, whoever is available to you, but please connect. The situation that I explained a few minutes back, my work situation, at that point, one of the main reason I was feeling that stress, because I couldn't share my feelings. I couldn't share my thoughts to anybody at that point of time. There was a lot of coming in my plate, but I didn't have anybody around me because I was sitting at home. And it was like, we can't, if when we are in office, when we are in office culture, at least there are people around us. We are going for tea, we are going for lunch together, and at that time at least we are sharing, this is what is happening, this person is not replying properly, I'm not getting good resources, and this is what the client had said. At least we are sharing these things over the conversations, tea time conversation, lunchtime conversation. But in COVID, when everybody was at home, we are not calling others for telling these kind of stuff. We are calling only for the work related activities. What has happened? Is this done? Was that done? And all that stuff. So connecting with others may not solve your problem as such, but yes, it will at least release your bad energy. It will at least release your negative emotions. So always keep in mind, whenever you are with lot of thoughts, with lot of negative thoughts, with lot of stressful situation, try to connect with someone who will not judge you, who will not even try to give you any solution, but will just listen to you. Okay, connect with such people. And if you have such people in your life, you believe me, you are very lucky. Very few people have such kind of social, uh, what we can say, social perspective, or the social people in their life to whom they can go and they can talk and they can share whatever is there in their mind. Next is focus on the big picture. Again, this is very important. Whenever we are in a stressful situation, we are only thinking on the small activities that we are doing. And we are not looking at the bigger picture. And that actually causes the stress. For example, when the COVID started, we were doing all the work at our home. I was cooking, I was doing the office work and everything. While cooking, I used to feel that there is so much work I need to do. I need to cut the vegetables, I need to do this, I need to do that. If I'm focusing on those activities, then I will feel that stress. It is very stressful. But if I keep myself little away from that activity and think from the top, or think or look at it as a big picture, then what I will see? I'm cooking because my family wants a hygienic and a healthy food. I'm doing this, and because of doing this, my family is going to get hygienic and healthy food, and their immunity will improve, and we will be safe in this situation like COVID. The moment I shift my focus from doing these small activities or from cooking activities to a big picture of helping my family with immunity, helping my family with health, helping my family with the nutrition required at that point of time, my stress level goes down. Because now I'm doing it because I'm achieving something, because there is a bigger goal attached to it. And that bad stress will now convert into a good stress. Okay. Similar situation happens in the office as well. If my boss asks for a certain report from me, okay, and if I just focus on that activity of creating a report, then I will think of, I need to take data from 2 different teams. That team is not supportive. I need to, combine that data and create the report in a different tool. Now that tool, I have never worked upon on that tool. I don't know whether that tool will give me a right result or not. I will have to again test everything properly. Whatever I have received from the teams, is it matching with my report? So if I focus on these small activities, I will feel that stress of creating the report. Now, if I keep all these activities aside, I will take myself away from that activity and look at it from the bigger picture. Okay, I'm creating this report and giving to my supervisor, giving to my upper management, so that they can take better decisions about this project, so that they can take better decisions what should be our next plan of action. If that becomes my focus, if I look at it from the big picture point of view, then obviously my stress level will go down. Stress will still be there, but now my focus is on the bigger picture. Okay, I'm helping my management to get the bigger picture, or to make the right decisions for the team, to make the right decision for the organization. And then my stress level will shift from bad stress to good stress, because now I have a right objective, I have the right goal to work upon. Okay, so focusing on the bigger picture will always help us to at least reduce the stress or move your stress from bad to good. Express gratitude for what you have. This is everybody should follow. Most of the times we think that it is we. This may sound little spiritual or little filmy. Most of the times we feel that it is me who is doing everything. And we tend to forget the situations, the people, the technology that is actually helping us to carry out that activity. And we, wherever our focus goes, our energy flows. We heard this multiple times. Wherever our focus goes, our energy flows. When we express our gratitude on a daily basis, we are actually focusing our energy towards that universe force that will help us to carry out our activities. It is not only us, it is not single us can do anything. There are multiple factors involved around it. Our parents, our family, our ecosystem, our technology. Then there are a lot of different, our watchmen, our mates, everything around us, every situation around us is actually helping us to carry out certain activities. And we tend to forget those gratitudes. And if we start expressing our gratitudes, that means we are again focusing our energy towards the situations, people's, technology that is helping us back. So we are focusing our energy to the bigger universal force that is helping us when we express the gratitude. And hence expressing gratitude is again one of the major technique to manage our stress. Because we will always, whenever we express gratitude, we bring back our focus back to the situations wherever we are like, it is not, something is happening and okay, I am coming out of it. Some or the other people is coming and that person is helping me out and I'm again coming out of that situation. Whenever I'm expressing these gratitudes, I'm actually inviting more and more such people, more and more such incidents, more and more such technologies to work in my favor. Okay, and hence expressing gratitudes, at least minimum 5 gratitudes all of us can write on a daily basis. Okay, last but not least is the relaxation. It is very, very powerful. What I usually follow is the music relaxation. It relaxes me very well. We can go for a spa, we can go for, some massaging, or we can simply put on some music and just move our body, and it gives very great relaxation to us. And relaxation, most of the times, even though we are not in a stressful situation, I still recommend to go for a relaxation on a regular basis, because you don't come to know when you will enter in that bad stress zone. So it is very important to protect ourselves, to keep ourselves equipped with all these techniques at all the times, because it is always better to take care not to go in that bad stress zone, instead of going to that bad stress zone and then dealing with it, or then trying to come out of it. So these are the techniques. And apart from all of these, if at all, at any point of time, if you feel that you are in a bad stress, nothing is going to work out for you, then please seek a help. Seek a help required for you. Don't just hesitate. Who will say what? No, before everything, your family, your career, your job, your status, you are one of the most important person for you. Okay, so whenever you find yourself in a situation, you feel that nothing out of these is helping you. You are still in that, you are still in stuck in that bad stress, and you are not able to cope up, you are not able to come out of it. Please seek help, seek the experts' help and come out of it. Don't hesitate, or don't feel or don't stuck into the situation, or don't stuck into the feeling that someone will judge you, someone will point out at you that you are depressed, or you are not doing good, or you're not able to manage the stress or something. Don't even think about it. You are the most important person in your life. So if you're stuck in such situation, come out of it, seek help and come out of it, and lead a life, and a happy life. Yeah, that is it from my side. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am, it was very nice.
Yeah, ma'am, actually, I have a question. Actually, if we are going to seek a help with the expert and all, we can get the counsel, counsel, right? Only that, right?
Counseling.
So, yeah,
Yes.
counseling. So actually, we all know, like in a physical condition, if we are facing some bad situation, like for heart disease or brain or eyes or teeth, anything, we have medicines, right? We have medicines. So I am asking about, without this counseling and all, we have any medicines available if we are going to seek a help and all? So there is a special medicine and they will prefer, or only the verbal communication like counseling and all?
Okay, there are certain medicines also that they will prescribe along with the counseling. But more than that, I think when you go to counseling, there you actually releasing your emotions, you are releasing your thoughts. Most of the people now, it happens, it is mostly in the Indian society, it is like that. We fear of expressing our thoughts. We are born and brought up in a society wherein we usually tend to suppress the negative feelings or the negative emotions. And more on the top of it, see, taking care or dealing with negative emotions is different, and suppressing the negative emotions is different. When you suppress the anger, when you suppress the frustration, then at some point of time, it is getting stored in your body. And slowly, gradually, it is coming up as some or the other physical injury or the health problem in yourself. Okay, and that's the reason it is in counseling, it is more of releasing your that emotional negative energy, and along with some medication also helps.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So anyone is
Any
having
other
doubts?
doubt?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Hashina.
Ma'am, how can we find out that a person is going through a depression?
Okay, there are various body languages that person gives actually. That person sleeps a lot. That is the first, that is one of the major indication. Second thing is you never see that person excited about anything. Okay, then that person either eats a lot or doesn't want to eat anything. So there are certain body languages that person, and that person usually wants to hide from others, hide himself or herself from others. No, they want to be single, be isolated, not to face the social gatherings. Or, I mean, if there is a person, if you know the person, that person is usually fond of social gathering, but suddenly that person now doesn't want to come in the social gathering, then some issue is there. You know that some person is very much excited about the singing or dancing, but that person is not singing or dancing. Even if the music is there, that person is not responding. Then that is a kind of indication. If that person is sleeping a lot, if the person is waking up at 7 o'clock very fresh, but now that person is even at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, even if you go and that person is getting irritated when you are going and asking that person to wake up, that's an indication.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You,
That's
you
very
will
nice.
always find such indications. If you know the person very well, there is always changed behavior you will see in that person.
So
We
you,
also facing that, ma'am. Yes, Rudra
yes, ma'am. You made to say that one means, see, we are a working woman. So whenever we'll get off, or else like whenever we'll get holiday, we are sleeping more and more. Okay.
Right.
So in that they are like a common. We are hearing that we are sleeping more. Whatever you are getting time, we will sleep more and more. That is also one symptom for this in bad stress and all.
No. That is not that is a good stress buster, I would say. Stress
Because
buster of the entire week. Huh?
yes, whenever we'll get 4 days off, also always sleeping and lazy, no mood to do anything. So like that we are doing always. Whenever we'll get 5 days, 4 days, 8 days, like a vacation, 2 months vacation, also we'll do the same. So one time I am also thinking, this is what is this? Working days we are working too much, but whenever we'll get off, we'll not do anything. Always sleeping and lazy. Then when you told, then only I'm thinking that one, that is also one type of
No. That is a normal behavior. And the day you will find something motivated or something excited for you. For example, okay, you have a holiday, but you have a vacation plan and you are going out of station. Will you still sleep?
no.
No, right? So
No.
the moment you find something excited, you will wake up and start doing it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So any other questions, guys? This is the opportunity to clear your doubts.
Yeah,
And
yes.
Yes, and very
Actually,
interesting topic.
I got now my problem, ma'am. After hearing this class, I understood what is happening. Like, I am thinking about the small things. As you said, no, we have to look at the big picture.
Exactly.
I am thinking about the small steps. Yes, first step, if cooking, we are, we are thinking about cooking, no, I would think, oh, I have to cut onion, I have to cut that tomato, we have to make paste, like that. The small, I am saying an example. Small things we are thinking, not thinking about the big picture. So
Yes.
that I understood my problem, ma'am. So I will, try to overcome that. Now I understood, no?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that
So
is
it
very
will
nice.
it will not free up your time. It will not free up anything. But at least shifting your focus from that small activities to big picture, at least you will get some, release of negative energies. You will at least feel, okay, I'm doing it for my family. They're getting healthy food because of me. And that will give you energy to do it better, to do it, positively.
Yes, ma'am, of course, ma'am. As we have, after this cooking program, we have a class. So if we are going to the class, no one will be there to give food. So we can give food first and we can go. Like that, some positive thinking need.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we got some idea. What are inside that we don't know, that we are not realizing. That is the problem.
And today also we came to know in this good stress is also there bad
Yes,
stress.
ma'am.
yeah.
We are thinking in the sitting in the joint field also we are thinking, oh, this much tension, why to sit in that? But that is a good stress actually. We are enjoying means behind that we are having stress, but okay, but we are enjoying that one today only we came to know in that we have a two types, that is also bad stress and good stress. That's very nice.
Okay.
Yes.
So I want to share my experience. I mean, when I was just a project manager, at that time, I also used to sleep a lot over the weekends. Okay. But now I have got more excited in my life. I'm doing this mentoring, coaching, this trainings in corporate schools, colleges. And now I don't get much time to sleep. But it doesn't mean that I'm stressful. There is a stress, but now it is a good stress. Okay. So whenever in life we find something really excited, some amazing future is there, we take that stress and we enjoy that stress actually.
Oh, nice, ma'am, nice.
So,
Yes.
Yes, Girija, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the session.
So
and
if there is no
yeah.
tension or worries, the progress will not be there, ma'am. So tension, if whenever we are getting tension, we will find the solution, we will overcome it. then we will reach where we want to reach. Is it? So we need tension. Without tension, it's not a good life. Need like good, means the good stress. We need to go with the good stress only. We will even about the exam. If you don't have any tension about the exam, you will not be prepared about the exam. Is it? So if you have little bit tensions, we need. I have to complete this that way. So positive tensions we need to do the things. That time it will be okay.
Yes.
That's very nice, ma'am. Hereafter, if our children will get tense, we have to tell them you can take tension. Then only we will prepare. Yeah, that's
Yes,
also very
yes,
nice.
yeah, here it's actually happening. The parents only taking tensions, kids not taking tension. Okay.
That also true, ma'am.
In my
So
case, that is
the
a fresh
yeah,
experience. My
yes.
daughter is facing now board exams. That is also now they made sem wise, first sem, second sem, like that. So she was taking tension, means literally she'll cry. How to do? Because now it's a MCQ. MCQ normally most of the kids they likes that one because it's like a 4 options will be there. They will make and they will. But for her this time, this 10th board exam, they made very twisted questions. Means all 4 options will be look like a similar.
Okay.
Fully similar. So she was having, yesterday only she had science. So that time she cried a lot. How to do? Because she made 3-4 sample question paper. Then only she came to know it's very like very difficult. But when she went there and she had her, it was very easy. Then when she came back and she told, Amma, it's very easy and I touch everything and I will get at least out of 40, I will get 38. But before that, she cried a lot. We were thinking how to do, where I will go for counseling. This immediate, I will not get counseling also. She was going for tuitions and all. Then also immediately she got like this. And today she had maths exam. Maths, okay, she can do. But she took too much stress. That time we both got like stress. She is taking this much stress means how she will do. But she did nicely. So now only I came to know that is also good stress only. Taking tension and all, okay, but we need to observe that one. Yeah, if you want to take, let them, not like that. We need to stand behind them and we have to observe and we have to tell them how to do. And counseling is very important for kids, ma'am, if they are taking tension and all.
Correct, correct. For kids, I would suggest one thing. Because see, we are adults. We know what we are good at and what we are not good at. But whenever we are dealing with kids, instead of giving them that stress or that pressure, whenever they are feeling that stress or pressure, as a parent, we should try to shift their focus from what they are lacking to what they are good at.
Okay.
For example, I have 2 daughters. My elder daughter, she is good in dance. Because of this COVID and all, her dance class was closed completely for 1 year. And I could see that the performance in her academics was also degrading. The moment her dance class and everything started, I made her to go to dance class. And I shifted her focus, how she dances well, how she good in dancing. And once we change the focus of our kids from what they're lacking to what they're good at, their self-value, their self-confidence actually starts boosting up. And that helps them to actually perform well in other parts as well, in other sections as well. So don't ever stress them to the part where, or to that subject or to that field where you feel that they are lacking. Don't show them where they are lacking. Show them where they are good at, their best performer. Always show them that, because that is what will take them to newer heights or make them successful. Instead of, making them or push them, suppose maths, their maths is not good, then don't push them to do maths. Understand which subject they like. Push them to do that more. Show them how they are good at. Show them how they are performing so good in that. And then slowly, side by side, push for maths also. So that is how they will perform in everything. That is how their self-confidence and self-value will boost up.
Wow, nice, ma'am. Very nice.
Yeah.
We got so many positive points. Very nice. Yes, Amina,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So next we have a few feedback. So few feedback about the class. First one is Asma ma'am is here to share her feedback. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. It was a very informative session, and the presentation was also very brilliant. And it is one of the best presentation I have ever seen, and very informative and very interesting also. And it was very engaging, and I think we have all got something very positive to take into our life. And thank you for preparing. It was really nice, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, Asnaji.
Thank you, Asna ma'am. Thank you very much. So next we have our Binsi ma'am for her points. Yes. Yeah, you can share your feedback. How was the class? Yeah.
It was very nice, ma'am. It's more useful and informative, ma'am. It was very nice because I'm also a short-tempered and short-stressed person. Then I got the more ideas how to handle our stress-related problems. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was more informative for me also and my colleagues also, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Binsi
Thank
ma'am.
you, Binsi.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
So guys, Rudra ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now we have a vote of thanks from our loving Lavanya ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, all of you. And I'm so grateful and thankful to our Rohini ma'am, who is our special guest present here. And this class was very informative. And as we all know that we are all going through stress nowadays. And she make us to understand that what is positive stress and also negative stress. But till now, we were knowing only about the negative stress. We don't know something about positive and all. So by this class, we all understood what is that thing and all. So thank you, Rohini ma'am, for giving this a wonderful class for us and also sharing your valuable moment also. And thank you, Girija ma'am and Rahima ma'am, for providing us a wonderful session. And I thank you all my colleagues present here. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Lavanya ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Rohini ma'am.
Yes. So that was today's webinar. Thank you everyone for joining with us, and I hopefully everyone understand how to release and manage the stress and all. So we can handle, I think. Yeah.
Yes, of course we can handle because
Yeah.
today Rohini ma'am said us very well and what is positive and which one we have to focus also she told us. So hereafter we have to focus on our big picture, not small activities.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so and this is very useful for us as we are working, as we are housewife and as we are ladies. This is very important. We have to focus on positive and big picture. That's she taught us today. It's very nice, ma'am. It's very nice of
Thank you,
You
ma'am. Thank
handle
you
this
so much.
very
Thank you
nicely.
so much.
Rudra ma'am and Amina ma'am, you do handle this very nicely. I think
Yes.
there were that good stress, not the bad stress.
Yes.
You came with the good
before
stress
they
and you made it.
Yeah, I can at least sort it out. Which one else I am having the good one and the bad one. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That is a very nice, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you
all.
so much.
Thank you
Rohini
so
ma'am.
much, Rohini ma'am,
Yeah.
for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you,
It
all
was
of you.
very nice, ma'am.
And keep in touch, ma'am. We need
Yes,
you
yes,
always.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
sure,
Now,
sure. I will be happy. I will be more than happy because this is what makes me me. That if I am helpful to a bit of your life, it will.
Yes, ma'am.
It will
Of
give
course,
me.
not bit, ma'am, not bit. You need us more and more because daily we are facing so many things, and now only we came outside, so we have so many issues. How to handle and all for that, your guidance we need that one. So keep in
Sure,
touch.
sure. I'm always there. Yeah.
Okay.
yes. Thank you so much, Rohini ma'am, for the wonderful session. Yes, ma'am.